Before I get on to today's episode, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would actually really appreciate it. Like, help me to help other people. Yes, yes, that's what I'm going with today. So, in today's episode, I'm going to talk about gaining an edge. How are you going to gain an edge to benefit from your coin purchases? I totally just scribbled there. Edge. Now for me it's very simple, so I don't think it's going to be a long video. So you've got two edges. You've got your buy side edge, and on the flip side you've got your sell side. And the buy side is actually probably more important than the sell side. A good buyer will make money in most markets. So this will include building a network. Building a network comes under many things. So you can have a domestic network, you can have a international network. Essentially, you want to have enough people on your team. You know, it's a team game. And when you build a network, the more you interact with it, the more friendly you will get and the more deals you will do. You know, people do business with their friends. It's business 101. You know, actually, to be fair, there's probably something more important than that. Knowledge. Know what you're doing. The thing with knowledge is you can't fake it. You can't turn around and say, I know this, I know that, because the market will find you out very quickly. You may get lucky and you may do well a couple of times. It all depends on how cheap you can buy. Like if you're blagging it and you're paying 50% under spot, you're not really going to need the knowledge, but most people know what the spot price is. So they will call you out on your shit, to be honest. So you need to be knowledgeable to the extent that you can get away with good pricing, but not get screwed over, you know. So you need to know what you're buying. So I think also there's a third point. I kind of wish I did this a bit lower. So on the buy side, you build a network, you build your knowledge, and you also put systems and processes in place. So if you buy a lot of stock and you're not efficient at buying it, and you don't have the correct things in place, such as spreadsheets and even a basic logbook, you know, you're going to lose any gain you have from the buy side. So if I buy these in and I buy them for say 10% under, and I'm not fast enough to process it, to book it, you know, and to get it back out, you're gonna lose your edge on the buy side. So you need to have the systems and processes to be able to get it through to the sell side quick enough. Now the sell side is also important. Like you could say building a network. I don't think you necessarily need a network in this day and age to sell it. You know, I think know where to sell. That's probably more important. This could be a dealer. This could be eBay. It could be peer to peer. You know, there's many different ways that you could sell it. Craigslist. You know, I've never done that personally. Gumtree. Again, never done that personally. But you can gain an edge depending on your strategy that you put in place. So I don't particularly want to put strategy on the buy side because there's people out there who are just good traders. They don't have a strategy. They just know what something's worth and what they could buy and what they can make a profit on, you know. Personally, I think strategy is quite important, but it depends if you're building a business or trying to make money. And most people are not trying to build a business. They're trying to enjoy their coins and make a bit extra. So on the sell side, what else gives you an edge? So you know where to sell. If you don't know where to sell, you've completely lost all the hard work done here. You really have. If you just send it to a dealer, you say you do all the hard work and you found some. Okay, that's just because they're in front of it. Like, say you get these in, you worked really hard, you found a supplier, you got a good price on them. You think, oh yeah, I've got an edge here. And then you sell it to a dealer and he wipes you out. And you say, no, I'm paying spot +2. Okay, you've lost everything you worked hard for. You know, cost reduction. Can you be cheaper than your counterpart? I can. You know, I'll show you how I can. This isn't a channel to plug my business, by the way, but I run a discount postage company. I make money when I post stuff. You know, I don't hide behind that. Like, there's people out there who say, well, I'm doing this and I'm making that, and it's just not true. Like, I make enough to cover my bills, essentially. On the coins, there's not actually that much money in coins. It's more something you do because you're passionate about coins. You know, I buy and sell coins because I love coins. You know, I don't do it to the extent I was, but this here gives me an advantage over, or it gives me an edge over my competition. Anyone can do this. Like, I don't need to plug my company for people to realize that. So I sell this at 20% off to other customers, and they do well. They save some money, you know, and it's also important because if you can reduce your costs on that side of things, it means that you can cover any mistakes you make, which do happen. Like, everyone sells for a loss occasionally, but it's all about minimizing those losses. Where else can you get a sell side edge? I think I touched upon the network. I think it's not as important, you know, but if you are well connected, it's easier to move stuff, because if you have a network on the sell side and you have a network on the buy side, they're interlinked. So I don't think it's amazingly important for the average person, but you can link these together. So what will happen is, if I get offered, let's find something on my desk. Okay, so I get offered this. Dealer says, I've got this, can't move it, I've got maybe 3 or 4, and you can have it at a good price. You've gained an edge on the buy side because you've got a good price. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to make a profit, but you can go to the network and say, or you can speak to people, and if people are searching for this type of coin, you say, well, I've just got it in and I've been offered for this and I can sell for that. Is that something you'd be interested in? And it does tend to work, you know. Like, I end up getting 20 of these in a long time ago. I've got 5 left. I kind of like them, but yeah. So I think it's only a short video. It's not meant to be an exhaustive list, but it's important to think about these things when buying and selling. A lot of people buy because they like the idea of silver, they like the idea of gold, but they don't think about the exit plan. And to think about the exit plan, you've got to know the entry plan. The entry plan is probably more important, because the entry plan covers where you want to take it, and the exit plan covers how you're going to eventually benefit from that purchase. They're very important. They are very, very important. You know, the last thing I want to see is people lose money on their investments. It's the bad side of the business that I don't particularly like. You know, it's the dirty work, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. You know, I want everyone to be buying coins, and when they do come to sell it, that they can make at least what they spent on it and more. You know, and that's, I don't know, maybe that's the good-natured side of me. It's not nice to take a loss. I know people who buy and then a week later they try to sell, and they get these things wrong, and they just take a haircut, and you think, that's not what I don't like seeing it, you know, I really don't. But if someone comes to me and says, Sean, I need to sell, I'm just honest. I say, well, I am a business. Oh, I was more so a business. I do it more for beer money now, but okay, let's just say I am a business and I need to buy for X so I can sell for Y, because I still got to pay bills. I've got to pay bills that are associated with buying and selling coins, and unfortunately sometimes people make a loss on that, and that's not what I want. But I can only be honest and upfront about it, because I've got to go through these stages, and I've got to make sure that I've got an edge. Otherwise, there's no point me buying it off someone to take a loss, if that makes sense. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's given you a bit of insight into gaining an edge, and I hope you like, comment and subscribe. Bye.